Hi guys, today you are going to be taking your third social studies interim. Question 1. How did Manifest Destiny impact the United States? A. The United States ended slavery. B. More Americans were provided the opportunity to own land. C. It created fruitful alliances with Native Americans. D. Mexico and America agreed to new trading relationships. Number 2. What was the cause of the United States' involvement in the War of 1812? A. The United States was an ally of the French. B. The Embargo Act of 1807 created tension with France. C. The British were at war with the French and the US wanted to be loyal. D. The impressments of United States sailors by the British and trade restrictions on the United States. Number 3. Which action caused the Indian Removal Act of 1830 to be viewed as a horrific event for the United States government? A. The United States was greedy in their quest for land. B. President Jackson created Black Hawk War. C. The United States was able to gain more land from the Native Americans. D. The Trail of Tears. I'm going to read a passage by Andrew Jackson and then read the question that follows. Andrew Jackson. The consequences of a speedy removal will be important to the United States, to individual states, and to the Indians themselves. The pecuniary advantages which it promises to the government are the least of its recommendations. It puts an end to all possible danger of collision between the authorities of the general and state governments on account of the Indians. It will place a dense and civilized population in large tracts of country now occupied by a few savage hunters. By opening the whole territory between Tennessee on the north and Louisiana on the south to the settlement of the whites, it will incalculably strengthen the southwestern frontier and render the adjacent states strong enough to repel future invasions without remote aid. It will relieve the whole state of Mississippi and western part of Alabama of Indian occupancy, and enable those states to advance rapidly in population, wealth, and power. President Jackson's message to Congress on Indian removal, December 6, 1830. Question number 4. Based on the excerpt, which democratic rights and freedoms were being denied to American Indians? A. Privacy and free speech. B. Property and sovereignty. C. Free speech and assembly. D. Religious and political freedom. I'm going to read an excerpt from The Economic Growth in North Carolina. The following excerpt describes the weak economy of North Carolina during the early 1800s. Cotton is now almost the only article which bears transportation, but even cotton will not long remain a source of profit in our present manner of transportation. The states of South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, together with Arkansas, are yearly filling up more and more with an enterprising population who are pressing their production of cotton to a large extent. They possess navigable rivers and they are acting upon the same policy of internal improvement as has been prosecuted by other states. James Mebane and Dennis Hart, August 1st, 1828. Number 5. According to the passage, which obstacle did many North Carolinians believe prevented economic growth in North Carolina during these years? A. The cotton of North Carolina was lower quality than the cotton of other southern states. B. The North Carolina government imported cotton and other goods from neighboring states. C. The soil in North Carolina was inadequate for the farming of high profit crops like cotton. D. Government leaders failed to support investment in infrastructure like roads and railroads. Number 6 is also a passage by or from Nez Perce. Always remember that your father never sold his country. You must stop your ears whenever you are asked to sign a treaty selling your home. A few years more, and white men will be all around you. They have their eyes on this land. My son, never forget my dying words. This country holds your father's body. Never sell the bones of your father and your mother. Chief Joseph Nez Perce Chief, The Dublin University Magazine, 1879. Number 6. Based on the excerpt, how did the values and beliefs of American settlers affect the lives of the Nez Perce? A. The Nez Perce and other settlers made enduring treaties to share land with American settlers. B. The Nez Perce and other residents of the land accepted the policies of peace with American settlers. C. American settlers believed in the private ownership of land and resources and took property from the American Indians. D. American settlers advocated sharing resources and established a long-lasting communal relationship between all cultures. Number 7. How did Eli Whitney's invention of the cotton gin change society in the United States? A. Ending slavery and the South's agricultural society. B. Sparking the Industrial Revolution. C. Decreasing the production of cotton and slave labor. D. Increasing the production of cotton and slave labor. Number 8. Why was North Carolina called the Rip Van Winkle State in the early 1800s? A. A famous author wrote a novel about the state. B. They were being teased for being poor, royal, rural, and conservative. C. It was nicknamed for a famous governor who brought about great change. D. They removed the Cherokees from their homes while they were sleeping. Number 9. Many of the settlers of the original 13 colonies had experienced religious discrimination in Europe. Which document was created in the United States to protect against this kind of violation? A. The Bill of Rights. B. The Halifax Resolves. C. The Declaration of Independence. D. The Mayflower Compact. Number 10. Which document is characterized by these attributes? Congress could not levy and collect taxes. Congress could not regulate interstate or foreign trade. There was no national court system to settle disputes. The 13 separate states lacked national unity by having individual power. A. Articles of Confederation. B. Northwest Ordinance. C. United States Constitution. D. The Proclamation of 1763. Number 11. Why did the delegates of the Constitutional Convention of 1787 decide to write a new constitution? A. The Revolutionary War was over. B. The Articles of Confederation were about to expire. C. They wanted to increase the power of the states. D. They believed that a stronger central government was necessary. Number 12. North Carolina's Mecklenburg Resolves is most similar in intent, which is purpose, to which of these United States documents? A. Bill of Rights. B. Albany Plan of Union. C. Articles of Confederation. D. Declaration of Independence. Number 13. Before the Civil War, why did slavery expand in the South rather than in the North? A. Northern states passed laws against segregation. B. Racist Southerners refused to do work themselves. C. Geographic conditions in the South encouraged the development of large plantations. D. The Constitution contained a clause that outlawed slavery in the North. Number 14. What was the immediate cause of secession of Southern states from the Union prior to the start of the Civil War? A. The presidential election of Abraham Lincoln. B. The passage of the Kansas-Nebraska Act. C. John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry. D. The Supreme Court decision in the Dred Scott case. Number 15. What was the significance of Harriet Beecher Stowe's novel Uncle Tom's Cabin? A. It influenced Northerners to enforce the fugitive slave law. B. It influenced the Supreme Court to free Dred Scott. C. It influenced more individuals to join the abolition movement. D. It influenced individuals to support popular sovereignty. Number 16. What was the outcome of the Supreme Court decision in Dred Scott versus Sanford? A. Dred Scott was freed and slaves were issued full rights as citizens. B. The court rules that slaves were not citizens and had no right to sue in a court of law. C. Abolitionists viewed the decision as a victory because slavery was declared an immoral act. D. Dred Scott will be required to use segregated facilities. The Emancipation Proclamation, there's a passage and then a question. Now, therefore, I, Abraham Lincoln, President of the United States, by virtue of the power in me vested as Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy of the United States, in time of actual armed rebellion against authority and government of the United States, and as a fit and necessary war measure for suppressing said rebellion, do order and declare that all persons held as slaves within said designated states, the parts of states are, and henceforth shall be free, and that the executive government of the United States, including the military and naval authorities thereof, will recognize and maintain the freedom of said persons. Which quote supports the interpretation of his document as an abolitionist statement? A. And as a fit and necessary war measure for suppressing said rebellion. B. In time of actual armed rebellion against the authority and government of the United States. C. By virtue of the power in me vested as Commander-in-Chief. D. All persons held as slaves within said designated states, the parts of states, and henceforward shall be free. D. How did conflicts over slavery impact the development of North Carolina and the United States in the years before the Civil War? A. By leading to the restriction of slavery to its original territory. B. By resulting in the abolition of slavery. C. By increasing sectional tensions between the states. D. By creating a stronger relationship between the states. The Kansas-Nebraska Act excerpt. It being the true intent and meaning of this act not to legislate slavery into any territory or state, nor to exclude it therefrom, but to leave the people thereof perfectly free to form and regulate their domestic institutions in their own way, subject only to the Constitution of the United States. The Kansas-Nebraska Act, 1854. How did the Kansas-Nebraska Act attempt to settle the debate over expansion of slavery into the Western territories? Sorry, this is number 19. A. By allowing the citizens in those territories to decide whether or not to legalize slavery. B. By legalizing slavery in the Western territories. C. By making slavery illegal in the Western territories. D. By creating an amendment to the Constitution that legalized slavery in all American land. We're going to stop right there and go to another one. Thank you.